Your mind is the steering wheel of your life. Where it goes, everything else follows. If you don't take control of it, someone else will. Your thoughts shape your decisions shape your habits, and your habits shape your destiny. You don't get in life what you want. You get what you are, and what you are is a product of what you think about all day long. Stand guard at the door of your mind. Don't just let anything walk in. Ideas are powerful, but not all ideas are good. Some ideas build you, others break you. Your mind is a garden. You can plant seeds of confidence or weeds of doubt. You choose, but don't complain about the harvest if you didn't choose wisely. Control begins with awareness. Be aware of the stories you're telling yourself. Be aware of the voices you let influence you. Be aware of the environments you allow your mind to soak in. Garbage in, garbage out. That's not just for computers. Discipline your mind like a muscle. It won't get stronger by accident. Feed it good books. Challenge it with new ideas. Push it past comfort. You've got to take responsibility for what you focus on. If you focus on lack, you feel weak. If you focus on purpose, you feel strong. If you focus on fear, you freeze. If you focus on action, you move forward. And here's the truth. No one is coming to do this for you. You are the gatekeeper. You are the commander. You are the one who must take charge. Control your mind, or your mind will control you. And where it takes you, you might not want to go. Your mind determines the direction of your life. Where your thoughts go, your life follows. It all begins in the invisible, the thoughts that occupy your mind, the quiet voice that speaks before any action, the silent decisions you make long before you ever move. What you think about consistently becomes what you believe, and what you believe drives how you live. A negative mind cannot lead a positive life. A scattered mind cannot create a focused path. You are not just reacting to life. You are creating it with every thought. Every worry, every doubt, every fear is a seed. And so is every dream, every goal, every affirmation. The question is, what are you planting daily in the soil of your mind? Because your results are not accidental. They are deeply rooted in the way you think. If you think in limitations, you will live limited. If you think in possibilities, doors begin to open. Your thoughts influence your mood. Your mood influences your energy. Your energy influences your actions. And your actions become your outcomes. So if you want to change your life, start by changing what you allow to live rent-free in your head. Stop giving power to thoughts that drain you. Stop rehearsing pain, failure, and fear. You can't afford to let your mind drift, because where it drifts, your destiny goes too. Guard your mind like your life depends on it, because it does. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about choosing to focus on what builds you, not what breaks you. It's about replacing doubt with discipline, replacing fear with clarity. If you want to go higher, your thoughts have to rise first. Your mind is your compass. If it's broken, you wander. But if it's clear and focused, you move with direction, purpose, and power. You are not what you want. You are what you think. Wanting is easy. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants peace. Everyone wants growth. But wanting alone doesn't create results. Your life is shaped not by what you wish for, but by what you think about consistently. The thoughts you repeat become the foundation of your beliefs, and your beliefs shape your behavior. What you allow in your mind over time becomes who you are. You can't think defeat and live in victory. You can't think small and expect to grow. You can't feed your mind doubt and expect confidence. The truth is, identity is not something you find. It's something you form. And you form it through repeated patterns of thought. Every thought is like a drop of water. One doesn't seem like much, but over time, those drops carve the shape of your life. If your thoughts are focused, your path becomes clear. If your thoughts are scattered, your direction will be lost. Will be lost. If your thoughts are negative, your world becomes heavy. If your thoughts are empowering, your world expands. So the question is not, what do I want? The real question is, what do I think about all day long? Because those thoughts will either lift you up or hold you down. They'll push you forward or pull you back. And they will eventually harden into your identity. You rise when your thoughts rise. You fall when your thoughts stay stuck. Wanting without thinking is like planting without watering. The seed is there, but nothing grows. Start feeding your mind what supports who you want to become. Discipline it daily. Speak with intention. Think on purpose, because over time, your consistent thoughts write your story. Not your wishes, not your dreams, but your thoughts. You don't become what you wish. You become what you think. Protect your mental space. Don't allow harmful ideas or influences into your thinking. Your mind is your most valuable territory. It's where your future is built. It's where your peace is created. It's where your confidence is formed. But if you don't protect it, anything can walk in. Fear, doubt, negativity, comparison, all of them waiting at the door asking for permission. And most of the time, they don't come through force. They slip in quietly. A conversation, a comment, a news story, a post on your feed. Before you know it, your mind is cluttered with noise that doesn't serve you. And that noise becomes distraction. Distraction becomes confusion. Confusion becomes hesitation. You can't live with strength if your mind is constantly under attack. You have to build walls. You have to set standards. You have to be selective. Not everything deserves your attention. Not every voice deserves your energy. Not every opinion deserves a seat in your mind. If someone constantly drains you, limit your exposure. If something keeps feeding fear, step away. You wouldn't drink poisoned water, so why consume poisoned thoughts? This isn't about being blind to reality. It's about choosing what you allow to influence your internal world. Your mental space is not a dumping ground. It's the control center of your life. What lives in your mind lives in your future. So keep it clean, keep it strong, keep it intentional. Read what builds you, listen to what lifts you. Speak what aligns with your values. You have the right to filter. You have the right to say no. You have the right to protect your peace. Because when your mind is guarded, your focus sharpens, your energy rises, your decisions improve, and your life begins to reflect that clarity. So be careful what you allow in. Protect your mental space like your life depends on it. Because it does. Your mind is a garden. It will grow weeds or flowers depending on what you plant. It doesn't care what goes in. It simply returns what you sow. If you plant thoughts of doubt, don't be surprised when insecurity grows. If you plant fear, anxiety will spread like vines. But if you plant belief, confidence will bloom. If you plant discipline, success will begin to take root. The soil of your mind is always active. Every word you speak, every idea you entertain, every image you absorb, it all becomes seed, and the harvest always comes. Not immediately, but inevitably. The most dangerous weeds are the ones we ignore. A little bitterness, a little resentment, a little self-pity. They seem harmless at first, but they grow fast. And before long, they choke out the beauty, the clarity, the focus. You have to be intentional. You have to tend your garden daily. You can't just hope it turns out well. You have to check what's growing. You have to remove what doesn't belong. And not just over your actions, but over your reactions, over your thoughts, over your mood. It teaches you that comfort isn't the goal. Growth is, and growth requires challenge. Discipline leans into the challenge. It doesn't wait for the right mood. It creates the right mindset. When you build discipline, you build trust with yourself. You prove that you can count on you, that your word means something, that you're not driven by feelings, but guided by purpose. It doesn't happen all at once. It's a process. But every time you choose the hard right over the easy wrong, you get stronger. And that strength shows up in every area of your life. Discipline is the root. Mental strength is the result. And that strength becomes the force that carries you forward. Focus is power. What you choose to focus on creates the emotional tone of your life. Your mind is constantly processing information. Thousands of thoughts come and go every day. But focus is what gives those thoughts direction. It's not just about where your eyes are. It's about where your energy goes. If you focus on problems, problems expand. If you focus on possibilities, options appear. If you focus on what's missing, you feel lack. If you focus on what you have, you feel abundance. Focus is the filter that shapes your reality. Two people can experience the same moment but feel it differently, simply because they focused on different things. One saw the opportunity. The other saw the obstacle. That's the power of focus. It determines what grows. What you water with your attention will rise. What you ignore will fade. Your emotions follow your focus. Focus on failure and you feel discouraged. Focus on progress and you feel motivated. Focus on fear and you hesitate. Focus on purpose and you move forward. You have a limited amount of mental energy each day. You can spend it on distractions or invest it in direction. One drains you. The other builds you. You don't need to focus on everything. You need to focus on the right things, the things that matter, the things that move the needle, the things that align with who you want to become. Focus requires discipline. It means saying no to the noise. It means ignoring what doesn't serve you. It means turning your attention away from what's urgent and onto what's important. When you sharpen your focus, you sharpen your results. When you narrow your attention, you deepen your impact. Haha. Don't let your focus be stolen by everything that calls for it. Guard it, guide it, train it. Because focus is not just about productivity. It's about peace. It's about clarity. It's about living a life that's aligned, intentional, and deeply fulfilled. Your thoughts form habits. And habits become your future. Everything begins in the mind. One thought repeated often enough becomes belief. That belief turns into behavior, and behavior done consistently becomes habit. Your daily habits are not random. They're reflections of what you've been thinking for weeks, months, maybe even years. If your thoughts are negative, your habits will reflect that negativity. If your thoughts are focused and intentional, your habits will follow with purpose. You can't think powerfully and live passively. Your thoughts are shaping every routine, every decision, every step you take. Think about it. If you constantly tell yourself, "I'm tired," eventually that becomes your excuse. If you constantly think, "I'm not good enough," your actions shrink. But if you think, "I'm getting stronger," your actions stretch you. What you do every day is creating your life, not someday, not when the conditions are perfect. Right now, in your routines, in your patterns, in the way you wake up, the way you work, the way you treat others, and yourself. And those patterns are built by thought. Every habit you have began with a mindset, a decision to act or to avoid, to commit or to delay, to grow or to stay still. If you want to change your future, don't start with your schedule. Start with your mind. Feed it thoughts that support the life you want to build. Speak words that align with where you want to go. Visualize the habits you want to create until they feel familiar. Because once your mind believes it, your body follows. Once your thoughts are aligned, your habits fall into place. And once your habits take root, they lead you without effort. They carry you toward the future you've imagined. Your life tomorrow is being designed by your habits today. And those habits are being sculpted by the thoughts you allow to live in your mind. Choose them wisely, because in the end, your thoughts aren't just passing by. They're building the road ahead. Responsibility is yours alone. No one else can or will control your mind for your good. You are the thinker of your thoughts. You are the gatekeeper of your beliefs. You are the one deciding what stays and what goes. It's easy to blame, to point at the world, to point at your past, to point at your environment. But in the end, your mind is your territory. And what happens inside it is your responsibility. No one else will filter your thoughts for you. No one else will discipline your focus. No one else will stop the negative self-talk playing in your head. That job belongs to you. And if you don't do it, someone or something else will step in. A voice from the outside, a past experience, a limiting belief. And soon your mind becomes a place where you're no longer in control. You don't have to control everything in life, but you must control what's within you. Because if you don't, life will feel like it's happening to you instead of through you. Responsibility isn't punishment. It's power. It means you're not helpless. It means you have a say. It means you can shift direction anytime you choose. Your mind is not your enemy, but it does need leadership. Without direction, it wanders. Without intention, it reacts. Without discipline, it absorbs anything that comes its way. Taking responsibility means stepping into that role. It means guiding your mind with purpose. It means saying no to thoughts that drain you. So it means feeding the ones that build you. You don't need someone to rescue your mindset. You need to own it, to step up and say, "This is mine. I'm in charge here." Because no matter where you've been, no matter what you've faced, the moment you take responsibility, you begin to take your power back. And when you take charge of your mind, you take charge of your life. Uncontrolled minds lead to unwanted places. Your future depends on your ability to lead your own thoughts. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are not background noise. They are the architects of your actions. And actions repeated over time build your life. When you don't control your mind controls you. It drifts. It reacts. It focuses on fear. It listens to doubt. And when that happens, life starts to feel out of your hands. Not because the world is too strong, but because your thinking is too undirected. A mind without leadership is like a ship without a captain. It may float, but it will never reach a meaningful destination. Thoughts left unchecked begin to shape a reality you never asked for. They convince you to stay small. They make excuses sound reasonable. They turn potential into paralysis. You begin to settle. You begin to hesitate. You begin to live based on fear, not vision. But you were not made to be passive in your own mind. You were built to lead it, to command it, to discipline it and shape it like a craftsman shapes their work. You don't have to believe every thought that enters your mind. You don't have to follow every feeling that stirs inside you. You have the power to choose. You have the right to direct your focus. You have the responsibility to take the wheel. This is where your future is born. Not in some distant moment, but in your present mindset. Not in a perfect condition, but in the thoughts you're choosing right now. Every strong future is led by a strong mind. And every strong mind is led by someone who decided to take control. That someone is you, not later, not someday, now. Because the moment you lead your thoughts, your life begins to follow. And the direction changes from chaos to clarity, from doubt to confidence, from drifting to purpose. Where your thoughts go, your future follows. Lead them welded to the side today. Not to wait, not to wish, but to lead. Lead your thoughts with courage. Lead your focus with intention. Lead your life with clarity and conviction. Because when you control your mind, you reclaim your power. You become the author of your story, not a character drifting through someone else's script. This is your life. This is your responsibility. And this is your moment. Take the lead, because your future is waiting for your direction.